Image Shopper. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
So kind of just want to talk about some basic accounting stuff, but first just want to let you introduce yourself. What do you guys do here at the Pro Image?
Well, we're a printing and advertising company, and we've been in business for almost 20 years. Predominantly what we do is sheet fed and web run printing, mostly of advertising type material. So average run size of about 10,000 to 50,000 sheets. We don't specialize in the quick printer type of stuff like letterheads and that type of stuff. It's more advertisement type printing.
Okay, so you were mentioning about all your equipment and stuff. Can you kind of go over some of the equipment your company owns?
Yes, we have 4 different presses. I have 2 web presses, small web presses called Diddy web presses. One is a press that's called a 2/2. That means it prints 2 colors on one side of a sheet of paper, turns the sheet of paper, and runs 2 colors on the other side. And then I have a straight 4-color Diddy web, which means it just runs 4 colors on one side. We also have 2 sheet-fed presses. Those are A.B. Dick sheet-fed presses that just traditional 1 sheet at a time, different size paper type presses.
And with your equipment, do you estimate a salvage value to kind of estimate depreciation, or do you just kind of use it till it has about zero salvage value?
Well, we started out with 1 small sheet-fed press, and eventually built up to where I had multiple presses. I've changed presses over the years, but all of the presses that I bought were used. So none of them had the value of a new press, and we pretty much run them, maintain them until it's too costly to maintain them. Salvage wise, we've pretty much gotten rid of them to salvage companies. I haven't sold any of our presses, and I do have a lot of after printing or finishing equipment too. Finishing equipment would be things like cutters, perforators, things that punch holes, numbering machines, folding machines, things of that nature.
Okay, and for repairs, do you guys have an account for repairs, or how do you handle repairs? Because with all that machinery, obviously,
and everything's used, so things break. No, you don't plan for repairs. In other words, when something breaks, it doesn't give you a lot of notice. So you just sort of have to have a slush fund on hand because something's going to break on a somewhat regular basis, or need some kind of part or maintenance or something.
And how do you guys handle your each job? Do you have like a serial number or job number, tracking system of some sort?
For the jobs, yeah, all the jobs would have a job number, which would be equivalent to, say, a serial number, and that's how we would track that job and get it through production. Once it's billed out, it has a different number, a billing number versus a job number. They're 2 different numbers, but yes, we have a number system. When a job comes in, it automatically goes into the system. It's assigned a job number.
And then the last question was just kind of talking about bad debts. I see you guys do all your sales on credit. How do you handle when because of course some people just aren't going to pay and they're too small to take them to court kind of thing? How do you handle those?
Well, sometimes, and we predominantly work with small businesses. We don't have a lot of large companies. I was just a small company who went after mom and pop type businesses. So yeah, you do incur everything from people that can't pay, people that won't pay, to people that just go out of business owing you money. There's not a whole lot you can do in the small business sector unless the job is worth enough money. So typically we just write it off at the end of the year.
All right. Well, I think that's all the questions I have, Mr. Rini. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for
no problem.
the interview.
Glad I could enlighten you a little bit.